Coach education is designed to help coaches promote the mission of Special Olympics, to enhance coaching skills, and keep up to date regarding current rules and training techniques. We are exploring new ways to reach more coaches across the state. We are piloting a new coach education format where you will watch the coach education video at your convenience, but before the beginning of your sports season. After the completion of this video, you will complete the golf quiz. The sport certification will help enable you to coach Special Olympics athletes. This certification will be good for 3 years. Thank you to the coaches who have started their preparations on our coaching levels. There has been a fair amount of confusion regarding this process, so I will attempt to break it down further. Coaches only need to take the courses listed for their level. Courses not listed are great information for you to have, but are not needed for certification purposes. We would like all volunteers who are working with athletes to be Level 1 assistant coaches. At this level, you would need your concussion training as well as a sport-specific training to be renewed every 3 years. Those individuals that only want to coach, this is all you need. No need to change anything you are currently doing. Coaches who want the ability to protest at state level competitions would also need to take the Level 1 Sport Assistance course or the Coaching Unified Sports course if you are a unified sports coach. The course you choose will need to be taken one time. We have moved Principles of Coaching to Level 3. Coaches who want to continue their education and be eligible for U.S. Games can proceed to Level 2 Coach. You will need to have the Level 1 certification first, plus complete the Level 2 Coaching Assistance course. Coaching Special Olympics athletes is a course that SONA is currently finishing, and when complete, it will also be a requirement. Coaches who want to be responsible for the total practice environment and be eligible for U.S. and World Games can progress to Level 3 Head Coach. You would need to have Level 1 and Level 2 certifications in addition to taking the Principles of Coaching course. Head coaches will also be required to take additional courses to maintain their certification. The role of the coach is multidimensional, complex, and challenging. It is also one of the most rewarding aspects of being involved in sport. The coach facilitates the athletes to engage in sport with peers, opponents, supporters, and to encourage themselves to improve. Coaches must take on numerous roles as they engage with athletes, family members, officials, and other stakeholders. Roles can range from teacher to advisor, mentor to motivator, all of which are important roles supporting the athlete. Before beginning any form of physical activity, you should always carry out a warm-up. A warm-up should be designed to help prepare the body and mind for physical activity and reduces the risk of injuries. It is recommended to carry out a comprehensive sport-specific warm-up for at least 15 minutes prior to starting training, activities, or competition. Warm-ups should include 3 specific components. Aerobic activity to raise heart rate. This can be walking, jogging, cycling, or skipping. 2, dynamic stretching. Dynamic stretching involves active, controlled movements that bring the body parts through a full range of motion. And 3, sport-specific movements. Skills or movements which are core to your sport. Movements that the athlete will complete in training or competition. You want to cool down when your training, practice, or sport session is complete. You should always cool down. It is just as important to have a good cool down as it is to have a good warm-up. A good cool down allows the body to gradually return to a state of rest. Cool downs are perfect opportunities for coaches to carry out a debrief session with their athletes and to review the session they have just had. Ask your athletes some open, informative questions that will make them think about the session and what they would have learned. In addition to the athletes reinforcing the coaching points you have given them, it also gives you, as a coach, the opportunity to see what works for each athlete as an individual. Coaches should also use this time at the end of practice to encourage healthy habits, educate athletes on the importance of staying active and eating healthy outside of practice. All training sessions should be planned prior to arrival. This reduces on-the-spot pressure on the coach. It results in a better training session for the athletes and allows for better progressions of trainings as sessions go on. We want to facilitate athletes. All sessions should be athlete-centered and should consider the individual needs of each athlete when it comes to progressions. We want to adapt. Session structure should not be rigidly followed. Coaching is dynamic, meaning that it must be adjustable in the case of something unplanned happening. This means that your plans should always have several options included. You should be prepared with a backup activity, a progression, or a simplified activity if you find it is simply not working as planned. If it's not working as planned, that is okay. It happens to all coaches. The difference is that effective coaches are prepared for it. Reflect. Reflection is a key component of the coaching process. It presents coaches with the opportunity to self-analyze and self-improve after a training session. Be sure to register your athlete in the proper event. If an athlete is registered for course play, they will not be able to enter skills and will be disqualified. Athletes may only enter one event. That one event is an all-day event and it will count as 2 events towards their event total. Each alternate shot team consists of 1 unified teammate partner and 1 athlete. Cart usage is prohibited except in cases of legitimate physical need. In those cases, the Special Olympics Sports Department must give explicit permission before the usage is allowed. The range of events is intended to offer competition opportunities for athletes of all abilities. Coaches are responsible for providing training and event selection appropriate to each athlete's skill and interest. Level 1, Individual Skills Competition. Level 2, Unified Sports Alternate Shot Team Play Competition, 9-hole. Level 3, Unified Sports Alternate Shot Team Play Competition, 18-hole. Level 4, Individual Stroke Play Competition, 9-hole. Level 5, Individual Stroke Play Competition, 18-hole. The following criteria should be followed during competition and when moving between levels. The standard for eligibility is for an athlete or unified partner to have completed an individual skills competition with a total score of at least 60 points. In addition, the athlete should score 10 points or more in at least 4 out of the 6 skills, with one of the 4 skills of 10 being in either the wood or iron shot. The athlete should also achieve a minimum of 5 points in the 2 skills that total less than 10. If the athlete is scoring above 100 in the individual skills competition minus the bunker shot, it is recommended that they begin participating in level 2 competitions. The following are maximum entry averages for each level of competition. Level 2, average of 75 or lower. Level 3, average of 120 or lower, 18 holes. Level 4, average of 70 or lower. Level 5, average of 120 or lower for 18 holes. When considering moving up in levels, the following scores are the required averages that the athlete team must have when practicing. Moving from level 2 to level 3, average of 120 or lower for a team score. Level 2 to level 4, average of 70 or lower, athlete only score. Moving level 3 to level 4, average of 70 or lower, athlete only score. Moving level 3 to level 5, average 120 or lower, athlete only score. Level 4 to level 5, average 120 or lower, athlete only score. It is strongly recommended that athletes competing in levels 4 and 5 provide their own caddies for tournaments and competitions. As per the USGA, a caddy is defined as one who assists the player in accordance with the rules, which may include carrying or handling the player's clubs during play. To help account for the difference of par and lengths of various courses for divisioning, Special Olympics Montana will be using the adjusted stroke formula to find the adjusted stroke score. The formula is as follows: par of course divided by length of holes played divided by total shots taken times 100. This will apply to only course play events. This calculation will be made by Special Olympics Montana. Only submit the information asked for on the registration as well as the practice golf course information form. Using this formula is why the divisioning number you may see is different than the number you have submitted. Golf individual skills score sheet. Each competitor will have 5 attempts in short putt, long putt, chip shot, pitch shot, iron shot, and drive. The score will be between 0 and 20 points. You will add up all of the competitors' totals and then move that number to the final box score in the top right corner for their final overall score. How to score each event. Competitors will have 5 attempts, up to 4 points per attempt. Short putt, long putt, and chip shot, they can score between 0 and 4 points. 0 points, a stroke taken and no contact made with the ball. 1 point, a stroke taken and contact made with the ball. 2 points, after contact the ball finishes on or inside the outer circle. They get 3 points after contact if the ball finishes on or inside the inner circle. And they will get 4 points if the ball finishes in the cup. For the pitch shot, 0 points will be awarded for a stroke taken and no contact made with the ball. 1 point for a stroke taken and contact made with the ball. 2 points for after contact, the ball goes over the barrier and between the outer edges of the barrier. 3 points if after contact, the ball lands inside the circle and rolls out. The competitor will get 4 points if after contact, the ball lands and stays inside the circle. For the iron shot and wood shot, the competitor will get 0 points for a stroke taken and no contact made with the ball, 1 point for a stroke taken and contact made with the ball, 2 points after contact, the ball comes to rest within the sidelines and past the first marker. 3 points if after contact, the ball comes to rest within the sidelines and past the second marker. And the competitor can earn 4 points if after contact, the ball comes to rest within the sidelines and past the third marker. This is an example score sheet for Special Olympics Montana 9-hole, 18-hole. The athlete will keep track of total shots taken for each hole. For 9-hole, we'll get the adjusted 9-hole, and for 18-hole, the athlete or unified partner will continue on holes 10 through 18 and will do the same total, par, and then the adjusted total for 18 holes. This concludes the training session for golf. You will now be directed to complete the golf quiz. Upon successful completion of the quiz, you will receive your golf certification. Thank you for your hard work, dedication, and countless hours you provide to ensure that athletes and partners have a rewarding experience with Special Olympics. Reach out to me at bpolk@somt.org for any golf questions, or join us on the third Thursday of each month for Inside the Huddle as the SOMT sports team will be available to answer sports-related questions. Good luck and have a great Summer Games